Hi, everybody. My name is James Bridger, or you could just call me Old Gabe. I was born March 17th, 1804, to James and Chloe Bridger. I've been asked to share a little bit about myself with you, so here we go. At the age of 17, I was a member of the upper-class Missouri expedition as the youngest personnel, General Ashley's group. I've got many trades under my belt: trapper, trader, guide, merchant, blacksmith, Indian interpreter, and army officer. I've always loved a good joke and dearly loved to shock the young explorers with my very tall tales. In the summer of 1841, my friend Henry and I began building a simple structure on the west side of the Green River. Right on the bank, it started as just a trapping and trading base. By and by, it became famous as Fort Bridger. Imagine that. I started a small store with just a blacksmith shop and iron supplies, so when people come up Green River through Black Forks, they need a place to rest and supplies for the Oregon trails, wagon trains. After a while, we even added a Pony Express station. Now you can just see circles of wagon trains every direction, and campfire smoke morning, noon, and night. Oxen and horses are grazing over the entire valley. Parties of Indians, hunters, and immigrants cover the landscape. It is hard to realize that we are in the wilderness, thousands of miles away from civilization. Captain Howard Stanbury stopped in front Fort Bridger and asked me if there was a shorter route across the Rockies instead of the South Pass. So Stanbury and I rested up upon some supplies and showed him an Indian pass that ran south from the Great Basin. It became very well used after that. Another time I settled a bet with my trapping partners in the winter of 1824. I scouted out a course through Bear River from the Cache Valley, and I made a huge discovery. I was fairly surprised and found out that I emptied straight into a huge lake of salt water. My buddies thought I found an arm of the South Pacific Ocean. Actually, I was lucky to be the first white man to see the Great Salt Lake. I've done some pretty daring things in my life, beginning with the first man to raft the rapids of Bighorn River. That was an adventure. Well, I never seemed to know the meaning of the word quit. Like the time in 1832 when I was hit in the back with 3 arrows during a lively and not very likely discussion of differences. One arrowhead stayed lodged in my back. It was going to take much time and effort, so I just managed the best I could and kept on working. For the next 3 years in 1835, one of our trips I allowed Dr. Marcus Whitman, a medical missionary, to cut the arrowhead out of my back. I thought I was going to die. I had a bullet in my mouth and I thought I was going to split it right in half. Whew! I was always able to get along with the Indians and made many good relationships. So much so that I ended up marrying Indian women, all who died before me, sadly. My children were even raised on mare and buffalo milk. I loved my family, but my first love was always the mountains, and spent many months away from for them. My oldest daughter, Marianne, was only 11 years old when her mission school was attacked by Indians. They captured and ransomed 50 of the school women and children, but my poor baby girl never returned to me. Then I lost my second wife while she gave birth to our son, William. Sadly, I was gone on an expedition. I heard the sad news 9 months after the fact. After my final discharge from the Army in 1868, I moved in with my daughter, Virginia, to the old homestead near Kansas City, Missouri. A couple years later, I lost my eyesight and spent the rest of my 77 years remembering the beauty of every trail, every waterfall, and every mountain cliff I've ever seen. Thanks for listening. Well, thank you for listening, my new friends. I hope to meet you again. Thank you.